Hello, today we are going to make a website called Shopify landing page. This is the logo. These are the navigation bars which are responsive. As you can see, we can click it and we will be moved to that section of the website. And this is the website. You can check it. Smooth scroll and like this. This is my website, and it also has sticky navigation bar. You can also check it like this. We are going to click it, inspect it, and this will be appeared. We will click on the toggle device toolbar, and here it is. You can see this is the sticky toolbar, and we click it, and here it is. Home, products, about us, contact. We can click and we will be there. About us, and we will be there. Products, and this is, and these are the elements or codes. You can check them. Now let us move again. Let me show you the complete website. You can check it, and again here our products, and about us, and our partners, testimonial, and subscribe, and our footer. This is the complete overview of my website. Now let's move to the code section. I'm going to use the Visual Studio Code, as you can see, and in the Visual Studio Code I have some my documents, and in this website I'm going to use some images which already I have the folder for that. These are the images that I'm going to use in this website, and I'm going to use, as you know, index HTML, main CSS, and Java. I have also some codes of the JavaScript for some little things like smooth scroll reveal, or sticky navigation, as you have seen, and mobile navigation for the mobile navigation. And now shall we start the website? This website, we are going to make this website. Shall we start? Now let's begin the game. This is the index.html. As you can see, we can create it like this. We will click on that new file, write it index.html, as the file or folder already exists, as I have created this. So you can change the name, and I am not going to change the name as I have my file here. Exactly like that, you can create the CSS folder or main CSS folder, and like this you can create the JavaScript folder. And this is the file explorer. You can open it by clicking it here and there, and this. And this is the search, source control, run and debug, and this is the extensions that we can download. And let's close it here. This is the scroll. You can scroll it like this to move at any place of the website or the coding. Exactly like this, it can work here and it can work here too. So as we have covered the basics, let's move to the coding. As you can check it here, doc type or document type, HTML, language English and head. We have started the head. It's the basic or the beginner part of the HTML language. We can write it simply. We can write it as you are seeing this website or this video. I think you know the basics of the HTML. So these are the link that we have created to connect it with the main CSS file. We have connected our style sheet to the main CSS file, SCSS file, and these are the Google fonts that I have used in this website. These are the fonts that I have used in this website. I have used the pop-ins with the fonts of 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, and I have connected them with the style sheet. And this is the title of my Shopify landing page, Hussain coders. This is the title of the this is the title of the website. You can see Shopify landing page, Hussain coders. And we can connect our website to any browser that we want by simply watching it and by making it live. Now let's start our website. As you can see, our website starts here and the header is here. In the header, let me show you first. In the header or the navigation bar, we have this is the logo of our website. These are the navigation bars, and this is the sign in button. So we have to create a logo, navigations, and a sign up button. For that we are going to make a header, and in header we have a logo, name as HR coder, and for the header we are going to use an anchor point, the beginning of the anchor point and the ending of the anchor point. Then in the header we are going to use the navigation bar. We will name the class as main nav. As you can use the class in the SAS file, SCSS file later for the further use. As you can see, we will come there later, but let me start it from here. In the UL unordered list, in the unordered list, as you can see, this is the list that we are going to make in the navigation bar. So we are going to use the UL unordered list. We are going to name the class of the unordered list as main navigation list with double underscore, and in the list section for the class we are going to name it main navigation items as the list, and these are the items. In the items we are going to use the anchor point with the reference of hash, as we don't want to send it in anywhere, and the class name is main navigation link. We are going to name this link a home, as you can see, the home, and then we will copy this entire portion and paste it here exactly like that. We only going to change the hash to the products and going to change the home to the products. Then again about for about us, and again contact to contact. And for the button, this is the simple copy and paste of a simple code, nothing less, nothing more. And again in the last button, for the sign up button, we are going to use the list with the name of sign, and we are going to name the class main navigation link as we have used here, and then main navigation CTA call to action button, and name it sign in. And here we have closed the unordered list, and then we have closed the navigation, and again button. We are going to this button is for the mobile icon button that we have used. Then button, in this button is for the menu outline. This button is for the menu outline that we will use for this purpose. Let me show you as this is the button. Actually this is the icon that we are going to use as a button. We will click it and it will change into a cross, then the lines, then the cross, then the lines, and these are the icons that we are going to use: menu outline and close outline. This is the menu outline and this is the close outline. Exactly like that we have named them icon mobile view. Exactly. Then we have closed the button and header. This from there we have start the header. Okay. Now this is only the HTML part of the header, and let me show you this. Let's cross it, and this is the navigation bar. We are calling it a header. Then we will call it this whole page the hero section of the website. We are calling it the header. Okay. Now let's move to the SCSS folder or SCSS file of this coding, and this is the SCSS file. Let me show you that as we have created the header, we can directly move to the header portion here, but I have some things which I want to show you first. And for the media queries, as you know, we have to use media queries as we have a responsive website. For media queries, I have some small, medium, large and largest media queries, and the fonts, as I have told you before, options that I am going to use, and in the sans serif way. And I have some colors that I have used: the white color, the black, the primary like green color. We can change it from moving it to there, and secondary color, text color, light gray color, and heading color, and footer color. Okay. And this is to center our content, as we have to center our content, our website, and for this purpose, as you can see, this is in the center of a page or a screen. So for this purpose we have used this. For the row and for dot, we can say it is a class. We have used it in HTML in somewhere like this. So for the row class, we have maximum width 141 rem, margin 0 and auto. And for the media queries, I have told you before that I am going to use the media queries, and these are the media queries that I have put there for the website. As you can see, this is a responsive website for any kind of the size. You have the dimension of 372 and 670 with the 100% view like this. You can see it like this. For this purpose, I have used media queries. Okay, and let me show you another size. For this responsive purpose, I have used the media queries. As you can see, as the size is increasing, the responsiveness of the website is changing according to the size. Okay, again this for this purpose I have used the media queries. As you can see, it will change and adjust itself according to the size. Okay, let's close it. For this purpose, I have used the media queries for the maximum width and maximum width 100 m. For the screen, And for the smallest width, medium, small and smallest width, I have 4 media queries placed in this website. For basic styling, as you can see, these are some basic styling for the unordered list. List style none. As you can see, I don't like the styling of the list. For the anchor point, text decoration none, and color this. Image, for the images, maximum width 100% and height is auto. And for the heading, h1, h2, h3, h4, h5, the color is this. As you have seen, I have used different color. Okay. And upper text, for the class, in upper text transformation to the uppercase, and center text aligned to the center. And for before and after, these are the basic HTML or CSS rules. Margin 0, padding 0, and box sizing to the inherit. And these are the HTML. We are going to use the font size to the 62.5%, as you can see, and box sizing to the border box, and overflow X to the hidden. As you can see, we don't want anything to overflow our website. Then again, I have used the media queries for the large, medium, small and smallest for the website to make it responsive. Now move to the body. This is the body, starts from ends there. You can click it here, start from here and end there, and like 500 lines are in the body. And this code is for the body. Font family is font primary that we have mentioned above. Font family, font primary, and font weight to 400, color to this, line height to 1.6, and overflow to hidden. Now the header, this header or the navigation list or navigation bar, this navigation bar that we have created in the HTML. Now we are going to style this navigation bar. Dot header, dot means class that we have used here. Okay. For the header, we are going to display it to flex, align items to center, justify content to space between, padding to 0 and 6 rem, and height to 9.6 rem, or the index to 99. That, as you can see, the Z index we can put it whatever we want. For this is for the header. We are going to display it in the flex as we want to display it like this. Then for the logo, for this logo, we have used the font size to 3.2 rem. It's best for my page, for my website. You can change it according to your website or your needs. And I am going to use the color primary and font weight to 600. Then main navigation was that this main navigation. In the main navigation we have unordered list and anchor. Then we are going to use the main navigation, and in the main navigation we have position to absolute, top to 100. In main navigation we are going to use top to 0, left 0, width 100% and height 100, viewport height VH for viewport height, background color to color black with the 0.7 opacity, display to flex, we have displayed to the flex. As you can see, these are the things that are in the navigation on the ordered list or navigation list or in main navigation. And we have displayed in the flex, align item to the center, justify content to the center, and transform to the translate X to the 100%. Transitions, as you can see, we have created the transition, this to change the color. As you can see, the cursor of the mouse is changed to the hand, or you can call it cursor too, and the color of the text is changed. These are the transitions. we have created the transition all to 0.5 seconds and opacity to the 0 and visibility hidden and pointer event to the 0 and the index to the 4 times 9s or 9999. Okay, these we have created for the, let me show you, for this purpose. Let me, this is the background color of black with the opacity of 0.7. okay, and you can see the change of the like this, the change of the text to the green color. Okay, so this is what I was saying you, and the index is always, as you can see, we want to place it over or above the website, so we have created the index larger than the website. And then the list, these list we have called them the navigation list. We are here the main navigation list. We are going to change them, and list, as you can see, we are in the main navigation, and in main navigation we are identify the list portion. We will display them into the flex, gap to the 5 rem and align item to the center and transform to the transform x minus 45 rem. And I have here again used the media query. As you can see, the media query is important, as we have made our website to the responsive website and transform it to the 0. And link again, and link, and we have used, and because we are in the main navigation. In main navigation we are going to use the list and items and the links exactly by using and. Display inline block, font size 1.8 rem, transition all to 0.3 seconds, font weight to 800, and again a media query with the color of white. For the hovering effect, we have changed the color to the primary color. This is the hovering effect. Let me show you. Let me close it. This is the hovering effect. Okay. And for the call to action button, as you can see, we have created this call to action button, the sign in button. We are calling it call to action, yes, or CTA button. This is the CTA button. It has a black hovering effect background color in the hovering effect and a green color background color, and we are going to exactly padding for 1 rem and 2.4 rem, background color to the primary color and the green color. As you can see, border radius, we have created the radius 0.9 rem, transform x to 35 rem, color to the white. As you can see, its color is the white. Again, we have used the media query, and for the hovering effect, we are going to use the background color to color black and color to color white. We are using the exact white color for the hovering effect. Now, the main point is button mobile navigation. As I have been showing you this again and again. These, let me show you again. These are the buttons that we are talking about, and this is the effect we are going to display again, that I was talking about it here. These, okay. Now, button mobile navigation, we have created the border to none, background to none, display to none, and the index to none. Here we have put the media query, and with large display to block. Maximum width we have put to large with the display to block. In icon, these are the icons as I have shown you before. These are the icons. We can look at them. These are the icons, this icon and this icon. These are the icons. We have kept the font size to 4M and cursor to pointer, exactly the close outline and the menu outline. These are the two icons that we have used. Navigation open to main navigation, we have used the media query, visibility to visible, opacity to 1 and pointer events to auto, and transform it to the transform x to 0. Navigation open to icon mobile, we have used the mobile icon, close to display block and menu outline to display none. Okay, these are the icons that we have used. Now close it, and this is our header or the navigation bar that we have created. You can create it on your own. You don't need any other help. As you can see, this is the website and this is the procedure. These are the header folder or header part or navigation part of the website. Now let's move to the hero section. As I have told you before, this section is the hero section. This all section is the hero section. Now let's move to the code. In hero section, we are going to use the main. In section class hero, we are going to use the class hero. Div class row, as I have told you before, we have used the row to center the items or our content. Okay, and in class hero content, we are using the class hero text box. This is the hero text box that we are going to use. And heading primary, we have divided our headings into primary, secondary, tertiary, as I have told you before, H1, H2, H3, H4 and H5, like this. Let me show you again. H1, H2, H3, H4 and H5 in the main CSS file. So in heading primary, we are going to use the primary heading with the break. As you can see, there is the break in the heading. Then in heading 1, we are going to name it or name the class hero text box. PARA, I have used it for paragraph, and paste some paragraph here and close the paragraph. And now in the div of hero text box button, this is the button we are talking about. In this button, in this button, we have used the anchor point and send it to nowhere with the class of button dark and explore now. We have named it explore now. In the icon, this is the icon we are talking about, and in this icon we are going to name it play, button play, and the anchor point to the how to buy. We have anchor, button primary and how to buy it, and here is the button which we have created. Now moving on, hero text box chat. As you can see, this is the text box we are talking about, and in the text box we have used the icon, and we have named it hero text box chat icon. This is the icon we are talking about, and we have placed some paragraphs in the paragraph folder or paragraph with the class name of hero text box chat text. Now moving to the div class of hero photo. As you can see, we have placed the photo here. It's not only a single photo, these are two photos that we have used, photo 11 and photo 8. You can see them here in the images folder, 11 and 8. You can check them. This is the 8 and this is the 11 that we have used. Now close it and close it here, and we have closed our HTML file. Place it here, close it. Okay, we have a source. We have put the source here and name them oil, and the class hero photo image back and image. This is the back image. As you can see, these images are the back images and these are the front images. Close the div, and that's all. Now we are going to, as you can see, we are going to, these are the hero section. We are going for the hero section. In hero section, we have used the class hero. As you can see here, we have used this class hero, and content, we have used content here. In here, we are going to display to the flex, align item to the center, and we have used the media query for the medium, and flex direction to the column. As you can see, these are in the form of columns that we have used. Okay. Now text box, as you can see the text box here, hero text box, we are talking about this, and flex 0 and 50%. As you can say, see top and bottom, left and right, and not all, not only last child. It means that we are selecting all except the last child and put the margin to 4M. It means we are including everything except the last child and margin, and putting the margin bottom to 4M. Then para, we are putting the para font size to 1.6M, padding to 0, 5 viewport, width and 0. As I have told you before, left, right and top, bottom. These are for the left, right, top and bottom. Oh, let me show again. Top, bottom, left, right. I think so. These are in this way. For the chat, I have used chat over here. Chat over here. Text box, hero chat. And you can see this is the chat we are talking about. Okay, for the chat, we are going to display to the flex, align item to the center, gap 3.2 rem. And for the icons, I have told you before the icons which we have used, the icon font size to 20 rem, color to color primary, cursor to the pointer. And for the text, we are going to use font size to 1.6 rem, padding to 0, 2 viewport and width and 0 and 0. For the button, this is the button we are talking about. And for the button, we have displayed it to the flex, gap 3.2 rem and align item to the center. For photos, we are going to use the flex to 0, and 50% position to the relative and the index to the 1. And images, we are going to use the image, this image. Then we will use that image back. Now we are using the only front image. We have put the media query and it will lose its maximum width to the 70%. Then image back to position absolute, top to 0 and left to 0 and the index to -1, as we have used the index to 1 in the first image. Then in the second image we are going to use -1, so this image will be placed backward to the front image. Okay. Now moving forward, we are going to this section. As you can see, this. Okay, we are moving to face starts here. Now we are going to call it the face section. Face section, we have used the row. I have told you before, we have used the class row to center our content. Okay, in the class face content, we are going to put the second heading, and in the second heading we are going to place some text and some paragraphs with the class of face para, and div with the class of face arrow, and in icon we are going to use some icons. Let me show you here. This is the text we were talking about heading. These are the paragraphs, and this is the icon we were talking about. Like, let me show you. Here it is. This green button, hovering effect, this text and this paragraph heading, this paragraph and this button. This is the button, icon button, which we were talking about, arrow forward outline. Okay, and we are going to close the div section. Now moving to the main CSS, we are going to, let me show you button. Let me show you the face section. Here is the face section. We are going to talk about face section. We are going to put the padding to the 10 rem and 0, and to make the content, these are the content we were talking about. Background color to color black. As you can see, it has the black background color. Color to we are going to font color to this light gray color, and display to the flex. As you can see, it is in the form of a flex. We are going to display it in the flex, and align item to the center. Padding to the 8 viewport height and 5 viewport height, and border radius to 2 rem. These are the radius we are talking about. Okay, and we have used the media query, flex direction to the column, and gap to the 3 rem. Okay, for the paragraph we are going to use the font size 1.4 rem. These are the basic things that you should know. Padding 0 and 5 viewport height. If you want, I should write the coding in the detailed form and should display it here line by line, then I will do it. You just have to text me, or you can put the comment in the comment box. Then for the arrow we have used for the icon, width to 5 rem, height to 5 rem, background color to color primary, border radius to 50%, and cursor to the pointer. This. Okay, let me show you again. This is the face part we were talking about. Now let's move to the next section. We are going to call it products. Okay, these are our products. Let me show you again our products. Okay, and okay. These three and these three are our products. We are going to create them now. Okay, in the product section we only have to do one thing only. Keep it in your mind, then copy them all and paste them one by one. Okay, for the section class we are going to use the products, and for the ID we are again going to use products. As you can see, I have used the ID here, but if you don't want to use the ID, you can skip the ID. For the class we have used the row. As I have told you before, we are going to use the row to center our content. For the class h2 heading, we are going to name the class heading secondary, and product to center text. We are going to name it our products with the heading close. For the div, with the name of class name of products content, and again we are going to create the div to put our items here. And for the images we are going to use, let me show you. Firstly we are going to introduce our product name, then we are going to paste the product image, then product name, then a paragraph, then its price. Okay, I have exactly done this here. Mention our products, then I am going to display the image, and then I am going to display the name of the image, some qualities about the product, and price. For this I have used the div, and with the class of products content item description, item name, item text, and item price. As you can see, this is our main class, which we are going to use, and for the dash dash we are going to use the different item names, prices and taxes. Then copy the whole procedure like this. Okay, it starts from here to here, ends here like this. Copy it and let me show you. Enter and paste it. Okay, it's exactly as simple as you have created a single thing, then here it is like this. See, this is what I was talking about. 3 3 and 1, 2 3 and 1. Okay, this one I have created, this one. You only have to copy the, let me delete this first. Okay, you only have to copy the first content or first coding that you have created. Okay, then you have to paste it here and only have to change the image here or the name of the product or the price of the product. Otherwise it's exactly the same code we are using again and again and again. We are only changing the image name and image, okay, and the description of the item. Okay, and then we will close the section. In the main SCSS folder, we are going to start from the here in the products. As you can see, the class we have given the name. Now in the products, we are going to use the content. As you can see, we have used the product class for the row, we have used for the center of the to center our content, and now we are going to use our class products content, and we are using the end for the content and display it to the grid. As you can see, our products are in the form of, okay, let me show you again, these are in the form of grids. We are going to use grids for this. And grid template column repeat auto fit minimum, maximum or min max 35 rem to 1 fr. Okay, grid template columns, I hope you know about this, and grid gap to the 3 rem. Okay, now for the items, these are items, we are talking about these items. Okay, these items, and for the description we are going to the translate y to -3 rem for these descriptions. Okay, these description, let me show you this description and the description here. Okay, this is the description. In description we have, you can check it like this. We will click on the div and we can check the, you can click on the div and check which parts are going or placed in between that div. We are going to use the description, this whole process, and then we are going to transform to translate y to the -3. Then to the name we are going to use font size to the 2 rem, font weight to 800, and text transform to the uppercase and color to the color heading. Then text to the font size to 1.4 rem and price to the font size 1.6 rem, font weight to 700 and color to color heading. As you can see this. Okay, this is the name, this is the description, and this is the price we are talking about here. This is the our product section. We have sum it up only in these lines. As you can see, we have sum it up in these lines because grid make our code very easily to use for us. Now moving on to the next part. I have told you before that this part is very easy. You thought that it's going to be very lengthy, but now it's not the case. Now we are moving to the about section. Now let me show you the about part. This is our about section. As you can check it again. This is the smooth scroll about us products and about us. This is the smooth scroll we were talking about. Now let me show you about starts what we have in the about section. In about section we have used the class with the name of about. Again the row which we have used for a lot of time in this website to center our content with the class about content. Again in the about section we have used a picture, name of the heading, some paragraphs specifically to, and a button. I have told you before that I have made separate section for the heading and for the buttons. Okay, for the heading we have used the heading primary, as I have told you before, secondary heading, products, about, and partners and testimonial. We have used our product heading, color black, font size to 5 rem and font weight to 500 in our previous section products heading here. Okay, now we are going to use our about us heading, about. Okay, this with the color black, font size to 5 rem and font weight to 500. Okay, I was only telling you this because I have made a separate section for them. And for the buttons as well, we will talk about the buttons. Give me some little amount of time. Now with the class of about photo, as we were talking about, we have photo, we have a heading, some paragraphs and a button. We are going to place the photo in the image. We will place it in a image in the source. We are going to use our source, name it to the oil, and class with the name of about photo image. Then again we are going to place our name our class about text box, then class heading secondary about center text. This is the heading I was talking about us heading. As you can see, I have told you before about heading. Okay, this is in heading section. Now again then we are going to talk about the paragraph, which we have named the class about text box text, and for the paragraph we have put some content here with the 2 breaks. So as you can see there, these are the breaks. Okay, then some other paragraph, then again the button, and we are going to name this button the dark button, and we are going to display it into we have placed it into the dark button as this in a separate section. Now let's move to the SCSS folder of this, and into the SCSS folder of about section we have here with about we are going to the use content, display to the flex, align item to the center, and use some media query. We have put the photo here, display to the flex 0, 0 and 50%, and use some media query and order to the 1, and image used it to the maximum width to the 70% when the media query is applied, and change the text box to the flex 0, 0 and 50%, and to the text to the font size 1.4 rem and margin to the 4 rem and 0. As we have talked about the photo, the image, the text box, and the center to center our content or our heading, and center our text, but we have forgot or we have skipped the button. As you can see, and I have mentioned before that I have placed the button separately. Okay, here button we are going to display to the inline block all the buttons, and the dark button, this is the dark button. Padding to 1.6 rem, 3.2 rem, background color to color black, and color to the color white. These are the paddings. This is the background color black, and this is the writing color or font size or font color is white. Okay, font size to the 1.6 rem, transition all and 0.3 second, and border radius to 0.9 rem, and text transform to uppercase, and when hovering effect change the background color to the primary color. Hovering effects change the background color to the primary color. Okay, this is the play button we have used here. let me show you this display button. Okay, and primary and arrow button we have used here. This is the arrow button. This is the arrow button. Okay, in arrow button we have font size and color. Now moving to the next part, our partners. This our partners. Now moving to the next part, our partners. We have placed some logos over here. Now moving to the code. Let's move to the code. Our partners start here. Section, we are going to name the section or the class names partners with the class of row, as I have told you before, with the heading of secondary heading, and name it our partners with the class name of content, and we are going to place 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 images with different classes. No, with the same classes, as we have used the same as CSS over here. Okay, so we are going to style them partners here. Partner, we are using the class of partners with the margin of 10 rem, and the content we are going to display in the form of grid, and repeat and auto fit the minimum maximum height of 20 rem and 1 fr with the grid gap of 33 rem and padding of 5 rem and 0 with the images of maximum width of 70% and cursor to the pointer. As you can see here, I have used the grid for the display and placed everything into the grid, and with the minimum and maximum height of 20 rem and 1 fr for the auto fit to repeat it. Okay, now moving to the next portion, which is our testimonial. Okay, this is our testimonial part. We have used the testimonial, then a paragraph and 2 images in a shadowed folder, or we can call it a card here, and the name, image, the name and some paragraph. Now moving to the code, our testimonial code, and here is our testimonial code. You have only, as we have done for our products part, you have to do the same. For the testimonial part, we have named the class testimonial with the class row, and class we have paged this heading secondary, as I have told you before. Heading secondary, I have mentioned it before. I have make different headings for it in CSS folder, and we are going to name the paragraph the class name of testimonial text and make it into the center text, as I have used it for many type, and I have told you before that I have used or make the center text here into this portion to center our content. Sorry, let's move. Paragraph, we have put the paragraph here, and in the class name the class testimonial content. In the testimonial content we are going to name the items, and we are going to place the image and name the image person, and we are calling it the class testimonial content item image, and name the image like this, and make a paragraph with the class name of testimonial content item text. This is the paragraphs. Then again we are going to close the div, then copy this div exactly like this and paste it here, that I have done before into the our product section. Okay, this is the div, and copy it and paste it here. Okay, sorry, here. Okay, to make this we are going to move to the CSS section for our now you can say it testimonial part. Let's move to the testimonial part. In the testimonial part, we have used the margin to the 10 rem and 0, and content to display to the grid, and grid template column to repeat autofit, minimum maximum to 25 rem, and 1 fr gap to the 3 rem. We have displayed it in the form of the grid, and name the item to the align text to the center, padding to the 5vh and 2vw, 5vh viewport height and 2vw viewport width. Box shadow, as you can see, this is the shadow I was talking about and calling it a card, or this a card. Okay, as you can see, it's in the form of a card, as I have placed the shadow underneath, so it's looking like a card. Okay, and box shadow I have 0, 0.5 rem, 1 rem, RGBA to color black, and with the opacity of 0.1, and not all but not the last child with the margin bottom of 1.5 rem. All but not the last child with the margin bottom of 1.5 rem, with the image of border radius of 50%, width of 10 rem and height of 10 rem. Name with the font size of 2 rem, font weight of 600, and color to the color black, with the text of font size of 1.6 rem. And the text, we are going to use the font size of 1.8 rem and margin to the 5 rem and 0 rem. Okay, this was the text into the content, and this was the text out of the content into the testimonial, into the testimonial part. Okay, this is the testimonial part. This is the div, we were talking about the row. This is the heading. This is the testimonial part, center text, and this is the div, and the div item, image, div, paragraph, and div. Here the div is closed. Okay, copy it and paste it here exactly like that. Now moving on to the next part. Next part is, okay, our subscribe to our newsletter. This is the next part, this. Okay, now moving to the next part. Form starts here. Section, class, form, and id contract, we can call it id2. As you can see, I am not using the id, I am only using the class here, but you can use the id2. And class of row, I have told you several times, the row we are going to use to center our content, and the content is we are going to use the secondary heading here with the subscribe to our newsletter. Into as you have seen, there is a space or a new line. For that, we are going to use the break. Into the input, we have typed the email, class, we have named the class, form content, input, and placeholder, enter your email. This is the placeholder which we have named as enter your email. You can enter your email like this. Okay, and place it here. Okay, this is the dummy text. As you can see, this is the placeholder, and into the placeholder I have written the enter your email. This is the placeholder I have used enter your email. You can write whatever you want. Then the div, created a div with the class of form content icon. This is the icon. Okay, and then the class icon, class, form content icon, arrow, and name arrow forward. Okay, this is the icon which I have used on from the icons. Okay, now close the div here and the main section. Okay, now close the main too, which we have started from the beginning. Okay, this. Okay, let's open it again. Now moving to the style sheet. Form starts here. We are going to use the form, padding to the 10 rem, 0, 15 rem, and 0. Our content to the background color to the color black, padding to the 8 rem and 5 vw. Display to the flex. As you can see, it's in the form of a display. I have displayed the background color to the background color and creating the flex to display it. Okay, align item to the center, justify content to the space between, border radius to 2 rem. Media, I have used the media queries here. flex direction to the column and gap to the 4 rem. Now for the input, padding to the 2 rem and 6 rem input are these. Okay, I have moved now here input was this placeholder. Okay, input to the padding to the 2 rem and 6 rem, border was none, outline is none, and border radius is 0.9 rem. For the icon, transform to the translate x minus 10 rem, arrow which was the icon, font size to the 10 rem and color to the color white. And before the content, we are going to place the content here empty, as this is very important. Width to the 50 rem, height to the 50 rem, border radius to the 50 rem, background color to the color green, and top 0 and left 0. Content is very important for the icon, as for the arrow, as you can see 50 rem. Okay, that's it. Now moving to the footer. This is our footer that we are going to make. Then I will tell you about the sticky navigation bar later on. Now let's talk about the footer here. Our principles, about us. Let's move to the footer. Okay, in footer we have named the class footer. In footer we have a class with the name of footer and class with the row. I have told you before, class with the footer content and footer item and footer logo. In footer we have used the logo hussaincoders. Then again class of footer text, as you can see it's the logo and it's the text. Okay, then again class with the footer item, it's exactly like same thing. We have to repeat it again and again and again, like this. We have to create this, then paste it here, here and here with different things or with different content. Okay, firstly we have to create only this portion, then we will paste it again and again and again 3 times. Footer items with the class of footer list, and in footer item we have anchor list. In footer items we have class unordered list of class of footer list. In list we have footer items and an anchor point with the class name of footer link and footer link main with the name of products. Again into the link we have computer, into the link we have internet, into the link we have laptop and tablets, and into the link we have cables, and into the link we have Wi-Fi and MiFi. It's my name, I have used it here. And then close the div, then copy this div and place it here, here and here 3 times. Then change the content into them. Okay, only into them. Now moving to the main CSS folder. Into the footer we have used the footer with the background color of color black with the padding of 10 rem and 0 rem and color to the color of the footer. As you can see, this is the black background color, this is the color we were talking about of the footer. Then for the content we have displayed the grid. As you can see, we have to display our things into the form of grids. Sorry, I have moved it here. As you can see, I have to click it here and it will move to the about us section here. Okay, now into the content we have displayed to the grid and grid template column to the repeat auto fit minimum maximum 22 rem and 1 fr fraction. For the media queries we have used media query for the small and grid template column to the auto fit 22 to 35 and 1 fr. Okay, now for the logo we have font size of 3.2 rem, color primary, margin bottom to 2 rem. For the text we have font size of 1.4 rem. Item we don't use any item, so we can delete it here. For the list we have all but not the last type. For the margin bottom to 2.5 rem. Again we don't use any item, so we can delete it here. For the link we have used the font size of 1.6 rem, color footer and transition all to 0.3 section. And we have used the hovering effect. As you can see, this is the hovering effects that I'm talking about. color to the color secondary, and for the main we have changed to the font size to the 2.6 rem and color to the color white. Here is the footer ends here. Okay, now moving on, this is the end of my website. Okay, now moving on to the sticky bar. I have told you before, this is the sticky bar I was talking about before, and I have put the main CSS folder only for the sticky bar. You can see sticky navigation, sticky header, sticky hero, sticky main menu, main navigation link, sticky logo, and sticky main navigation CTA. It's only into the header section and hero section. Okay, as you can see, position to the fixed, top 0, bottom 0, width to the 100%, height to the 8 rem, padding top to the 0, padding bottom to the 0, background color to primary and 0.79, and index to the 999, and box shadow to the 0, 1.2 rem, 3.2 rem, RGBA to color black, and 0.3 opacity. Sticky dot hero, it's mean we are going to use two classes here. Sticky is the main class we are going to use, then the second class of the hero. Okay, we have used it above header, above hero, above main navigation link, above logo, and main navigation CTA. So the hero section margin top to 9.6 rem. For the main navigation link, color is color white, and for the hovering effect, color secondary. Now we're moving to the logo, color white, and main navigation CTA to color secondary, color to color white, and hovering effect to color primary. That was the sticky navigation bar. Okay, this was the sticky navigation bar. After the hero section, it will appear like this. Okay, so this was my whole lot of website, a simple website. You can copy it very easily, you can use it as you want, you can copy the code as you want. If you want to improve or you want me to improve my video skills, you can comment or you can tell me about them into the comment section. You can like, share, and subscribe if you want, and thank you.